Hey guys, welcome back. I'm really sorry I've missed the last two videos. I've just been like super busy and I've been trying to get the van ready. I'm off to Amsterdam sort of tonight. I've got my Eurotunnel train 3:30 tomorrow morning, so it's a bit of an early one, so I'm heading down tonight, then to cross over early in the morning, and then heading up to Amsterdam to go to VidCon. So over the weekend I might post a video or two. But really, yeah, what I've been doing is just sorting out everything and getting ready for that. So I've got to apologise. But anyway, on with the video. Howdy guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about modifications that I'm making in the front of the van. I think that it's all too common that obviously you get a van and you do the rear and you make it into a camper van, but up front it still stays a bit boring and a bit neglected. All the sort of familiar black plastics and other trim that they just have that are hard wearing and useful for a works van, really, which is fair enough. But you know, I want to make my camper van a bit more homely because I spend obviously a lot of time in the driver's seat. So along with wanting to upgrade my front seat as well, I'm also going to look at just, you know, making it a little bit nicer, a bit more pleasant area to be in the front. So today I've got a bit of a Marmite modification, and for people that don't know what this means, it means a sort of term whereby it's a modification where either you'll love it or you'll hate it. So what I've done is I've ripped out all the rubber foam bottom part apart from the driver's side, so that's still there. You can see, do you remember that stuff that you usually get in vans? And I've replaced it with plywood. Now I know this looks a bit horrible at the moment. What I'm doing is I'm following the sort of the line of the way the van goes anyway. It is annoying that it isn't just a flat floor all the way through, otherwise that would have been a much easier job. I've followed the sort of contours and I'm taking this ply, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick a giant world map over the ply and then varnish it with some seriously hard floor varnish. One thing I would say is that I definitely wouldn't advise taking on a job like this unless you really have a lot of time and you're very patient, because this has been a serious labour of love. The wood is so hard to get to fit to the contours, and what I've done is, so that I don't have to screw the wood through the metal flooring and create loads of like holes going through, I've got wooden battens, little short wooden battens, and I've used a really strong outdoor adhesive to stick those down, and then I put the plywood on top of that, and then I'm screwing through the plywood into the battens, so that's the way it's getting stuck down to the floor. It's not going to be losing a lot of height in regards foot space, so I'm not like making it super high, so in theory your feet are a lot higher and you're losing lots of space on the floor. It's a really nice thin batten, but it's long enough to get a screw in but short enough to not take up too much space. Right guys, so I've cut out around where the glue was stuck, and don't worry about this line, that you won't really see this, but it looks insane so far. I've got this piece out, and all I need to do now is varnish it so it's ready for people to put their feet on. The other thing that I have noticed is by removing out part of this sort of black plasticky flooring with the foam underneath, the sound coming through from the engine bay has increased, so I need to reinstall some foam at the back panel down the footwell to cancel out the noise of the engine. Right guys, sorry, the weather got really bad yesterday, so I had to basically abandon ship and just stop what I was doing. There was no way that I couldn't really paint it inside, there wasn't anywhere to put it, and I couldn't paint it outside because it was pouring with rain. But this morning I managed to get a few coats done, and you guys ready? There she is. So I've gone up to here now, and I've got the rest of the map that goes up there. I need to put a tiny bit of wood in and cover it with map there, and then just basically go around the edge here and make it look all nice. But this is now ready to walk on. It's got like a gloss finish to it. You won't really be able to see it, I don't think, but so you can get an idea of the gloss. Can you see that there? So what I did was I took the boards, contact adhesive, lay the map down, and then I let that dry, and then I started putting on the varnish. Now, if you do decide to do something similar, I will pre-warn you that the map or whatever you're sticking to the board will start to wrinkle up a lot. Now don't worry, just let it dry out and then the wrinkles go back down again, and anything left you can actually smooth out with your fingers, and then the coats after that is absolutely fine. Now over time we will see if this varnish does stand up to the job. It'll be quite interesting to see if it does start to wear away through people walking up and in here, but I think it will be absolutely fine. Secondly, what I did was I cladded out the roof above the driver's area, and I just used some nice thin pine cladding, and it's come out really nicely, and I've slotted it inside of this gap. I haven't like screwed it to here and then bent it across, because then you lose quite a lot of headroom above the seat. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to work out a way of sort of folding some nice wood around here and then joining up with there, and doing the same at the front and around the edges. But for now, it's a really good base to go from. Some other points that will probably definitely get some interesting comments, but what I've done is I've taken out these bits of trim and I've spray painted them blue. I've even gone as far as wrapping the handbrake. I know this might seem a bit stupid in the end, but personally I just thought all of this black plastic was really boring, and I just wanted something different about it. And so screw it, I just thought a bit of colour here and there. Thought it worked quite well. So as always guys, thanks so much for watching, and if you haven't already, please subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next week.